Hey guys, welcome back to Redbanditracing. Welcome back to the channel. We've got the X-MAXX here and we have some problems. I'm going to fix a broken bumper. I do have one right here. These are still thin. This is the second one I've broken. There's got to be a fix for this. I'm going to try to find a way to reinforce this, make this a little bit tougher. We have some clicking going on. I don't know if it's in the spur gear, the transmission, or the rear diff, but it is towards the back. So we're going to take it apart, find out what's going on, and seeing if something broke. It sounds to me like one of the teeth on the rear diff broke. So hopefully it's nothing major. Let's take it apart and check it out. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this cover off. I'm going to make sure the spur gear and the pinion are okay. If those are okay, I'm going to take the back cover off, which houses the center diff gear and the input gear. I'm going to check those out, see if one of those is damaged. If all looks good, I'm going to go ahead and take the rear diff apart, take that cover off, and see if there's anything broken in there. All right, so let's whip this cover off. Cover comes off fairly simple. Okay, nothing looks loose. It's a little bit of moisture on there, but that's okay. You turn it by hand a little easier. That's just a little bit of water spots probably from when we cleaned it. So that's actually not too bad. Yeah, you guys can see it right there. Nothing seems loose. The mesh is good, so that's good. Let's go and take the other cover off. What you're gonna do is take those 4 screws off. You can just stick your hands in there and pull that out. You can pull it out just like that. All right, so let's turn this. Okay, I don't see anything wrong there. You know what? Let me just pull this one out. I want to pull this one out and spin it. Those teeth look just fine. Looks like the input gear is fine, and so is the spur. Let's check out that center diff. And the center diff, all you gotta do is spin it, and it looks like all the teeth are intact. I don't see a problem right there. Let's go ahead, put this stuff aside. I'm gonna leave it out, and let's go ahead and take off that back cover and see if there's something wrong in there. Make it a little easier. We're gonna take the bumper off. Okay, now we gotta take the skid plate off. While I'm in here, let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. Skid plate always collects a lot of dirt. All right, it's going to take the cover off. Pull all these screws out. Get that cover off. I don't see any metal. I see a little bit of grease buildup from the sides. I don't see any metal. Okay, let's go ahead and take this out. Do see a little bit of damage to those drive cups already. Drive cups are taking a beating. Get some of that grease off. Yeah, those drive cups are taking a beating already. All right, let's check out the teeth on this. Something's got to be clicking in here. All right, so I got that cleaned up. I don't see anything wrong with that one. Let me pop that one out. I should be able to just pop that one out. Yeah. I am not seeing anything wrong. The face of the teeth all seem normal. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. I found it. It took a little bit. I found it. I found it like I was the only one looking, right? So, okay, let me try and zoom in. Can you guys see it right there? Right there. Those teeth right there are missing. There's the noise. It was kind of hard to see with all the grease on it, but there it is. Let me get my extra light. I got my Cow RC light right here. Here we go, check that out. Okay, so at least we found the problem, and we're gonna go and fix it in this video. I'm gonna show you guys how to repair that. Since we have it off, we're also gonna be doing an upgrade. Let me go grab it off the shelf, because we didn't plan on using it because I was gonna buy some GPM parts. But since we already have this out, let's go ahead and, let's just go for it. Right here. Got the GPM. What these are sleeves for your drive cups. And what they do is they go over the side, and as you can see, I haven't really used this one that long, and look how much it's already wobbling out. So that's pretty common. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure this is sand down a little bit, and then we're gonna slide these on, and we're gonna see how that works. All right, first things first, let's clean out this housing. Diff housing, let's make sure that there's no metal in here. or anything like that. It's a good idea to make sure this is completely clean as much as possible. As long as you don't see teeth, you're fine. You know, I re-greased this not that long ago, so it's actually pretty clean, but I want to make sure there's no teeth hiding in there. So it's best if you get a pick, go in there, make sure there's nothing in there, get all that out. I was anticipating this being a problem, so I had already gotten some replacement gears that we're going to throw in here. Now they are stock. I'm not doing any upgrades on this just yet. I might have to go to GPM, but I know GPM makes some really good gears, so I might just go with GPM. I do like M2C, but M2C, they're just a little pricey with some of their stuff. And honestly, if you're just going to bash it, if the grade is the same all the way around with a different manufacturer, I don't see the problem using something else. I mean, it's just all price at that point. So, I mean, they all make really good products. It's just how much do you really want to spend on it? So I was cleaning that off camera. But how much do you really want to spend on it? You don't want to spend too much money on it. Got that cleaned up. Let's go ahead and grab some parts and get this fixed up. All right, let's jump right into this repair. First thing, let's go ahead and get these drive cups off. It'll be 2.5, and it is down here in the center. You guys, yeah, make sure you guys see that right there. Just want to hold it tight. A lot of dirt stuck in there. All right, that's actually pretty easy. First time taking these apart. So I have not taken these apart yet. So let's go ahead and do the other side. I'm actually gonna use the gun now. Break it loose first. Then take them out. I haven't heard of anyone having these come off, so I'm not really too worried about these flying off. So we're gonna keep that right there. Get a paper towel. Make sure everything's cleaned up. Drive cups, make sure the drive cups are clean. A lot of grease in this one. Now what we're gonna do, let's go ahead, break this guy loose. A little bit low, not too low, but it was definitely low. There we go. Gotta watch out for this seal right here. I don't think that seal was leaking, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on it because there was some fluid loss in there. All right, so make sure you get some fluid. Now the rear, we did put 40K in it. The front, I believe, has 20. Let me double check. Front has 20, rear has 40. What I'm gonna do is, off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the front, and I'm gonna surface the diff, and I'm gonna go from 20 to 40. The front end does slide out a little bit, so I wanna thicken up the weight a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's pop these out. All right, now this isn't too dirty, so I'm not too worried about cleaning this up because these were just done. So this is actually still pretty clean, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll just wipe it down. Now, when I do the rustlers coming up, I'm gonna have to really clean those out because it's been about close to 3 months now, and those are gonna need a full service. So when I do those, that's when I'm gonna fully clean them out. If you just did them and it's not that dirty, there's really not a point in going through all the trouble of cleaning these out. So I wouldn't do it. Dry it off a little bit and we'll stick them right back in. There you go. Sometimes you do have to play with them a little bit. Oops, my bad. Make sure you put these back in. They're flat, and that pin right there, that part's flat right there. That way when we put this other one in, it fits right in. Take that one, drop that one in. Pick really comes in handy when you're doing this. All right, there you go. That's flat in. Everything's running real nice. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get my screws ready. I'm gonna put those right there. A little bit of my Cal RC Loctite. Put a couple drops on those, just let them sit. All right, now that I got that in, let's go ahead and clean this other one off. Then I'm gonna put that right back on. All right, now let's get our new gear. As always, everything will be in the description. Now the 7792 fits for front and rear. The only difference, the pinion. The pinion is going to be a different size. So there is a front and a rear. I believe it is a 7790 and a 7791. So don't get those mixed up. This one is the 7791. Just make sure that you guys are buying the right one. As for the ring gear, like I said, it's just the same one. It's 7792. So you really don't have to worry too much about it. Let's go ahead and get this prepped. That seal still has a little bit of oil on it, so that's good. Right there, fits right in. Let's go and put some fluid in this, and then let's go ahead and check out those sleeves. Ooh, this is a brand new one. I haven't even opened this one up yet. Really fill that up. I'm gonna put that aside right there. All right, well we're gonna take this, we're gonna clean this up, put this with our other demolished gears. It's kind of fun just to see how many we go through and which ones we go through and which ones break. Now that we got this nice and cleaned up, now you can really see it. Once you got that grease off, the same thing happened at the SLEDGE. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Let's check out these drive cups. Do not know how to put these on, but I know you do have to tap them onto the cups. So let's see how these actually fit. They're gonna go over. Now there's 2 sleeves on each side of the sleeve. There's 2 grooves, and you're gonna line those grooves up with the grooves on your cup. Okay, so you're gonna have to tap these on is what's gonna have to happen. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of Loctite on it and then tap them on. But what I have to do right now is I actually have to fix this because there's some edges right here. I'm gonna have to grind those off. So let's grind those off. Make sure you guys wear safety glasses. Okay. That's much better. You want those smooth, otherwise when you put this on, it's not gonna go on right. And we're gonna put it right here. Just like that. You don't need a whole lot. Just put enough on. I'm gonna line this up, looking down on it like this. Once they're lined up, I'm gonna push down on it. They are lined up, so now, you gotta push down on it pretty hard. We're gonna wanna push it down. So the dog bone is gonna fit right there. It's still gonna be able to move in and out just fine. The only difference is it's not gonna be able to oblong that drive cup right there. It's actually gonna hold its shape, which is gonna make that last a lot longer. If anything, you're probably gonna end up breaking the dog bones before you break this. So we're gonna see how this goes, see how it handles. I might push that down just a little bit more. I want to push it down a little bit more because I want to make sure it's well covered, because this is where it starts to have the problem. So I'm going to push that down just a little bit more. So I'm going to try this. I got my 17mm driver here. It fits perfectly right over the top. So I'm going to put it right over the top. And I might have to tap it down. You get something to tap it down. Go ahead and tap it. That actually helped. Check that out. Ooh, that worked perfect. Look at that. That's how you want it. I've seen guys put it right on the edge like it was before, or they put them all the way down. I like to put them right in the center because that's kind of where it sits, right here in the center. That's actually perfect right there. Let's go ahead and do the other one real quick, and I'll do all the other ones off camera. So you want to put a little Loctite, and remember, you're going to want to let this dry. It does take about 24 hours to dry, so don't plan on running your car a whole lot. Whoops, ooh, that's way too much. Just don't plan on running your car. Let it dry, otherwise it's not going to work, and they might spin off. So that's a lot. Let me take some of that off. There we go. All right, so we're going to line that up. Perfect. Put it down. Make sure it's pressed all the way down. Check it out. Make sure it's aligned with the grooves. As long as it is, you're good. I'm going to take our tool here. Anything that'll work, that'll fit right over it. I'm really not even hitting it that hard. A little more than that. That's probably, that did it right there. Make sure they're even. Oh, those are dead. Those are dead even. That looks good. Right now that those are on, let's get those cleaned up. I gotta go buy some new shop rags. GPM does make these output drives with this already on it, and they're much smaller. They're much more compact. I think it's a new design. They look great. These are made from 7075 aluminum, but I do like the other ones because it just looks more natural, and I like that. I do like the ones that M2C makes for the SLEDGE. They're hardened steel, and one side is actually locked off. It's actually connected. So that way when the drive goes in, you put the drive in at an angle like that. So it can't pull out, so you don't need to have that rubber O-ring in the rear anymore. So eventually I will go to those. I'm gonna see how long the TRX cups last, but this actually works great. Actually looks great. Let's go and throw this back together, and I'll do the rear off camera. All right, let's go ahead and spin this a little bit, put our drive in there. Just spin it a little bit. Make sure it's still down. We definitely got to add more fluid. We have to keep an eye on this because I don't know why it leaked so much last time. Okay, that should be enough, but let's just double check. It's not too bad. I might put just a little bit more in there because the sides might take up some of the rest. All right, that's probably all I'm going to put in it. I got my new ring gear. This one looks nice. Everything's ready. All right, so I'm going to put this on. Right, just like that. Perfect. Now these bearings are the same size. Everything's nice and smooth, very smooth. All right, so we'll pop our drive cups in. Got those in. That looks pretty beefy now. All right, well, I had to stop the video for a little bit. It got way too hot in here. It's been about 105 today. Last couple days been over 110. So the phone got too hot and shut off. So it didn't show me reassembling this, but I reassembled it, put the screws back in, got the cups on. That's how it looks. Actually looks pretty nice. We're gonna continue on. I'm gonna throw this in, gonna nutter butter it up. In case you guys don't know what I just said, I'm gonna utter butter it up. This stuff's really good. I started using this on all the cars. I would highly suggest picking some up. I had to change the frame rate a little bit on the video, so let me know how you guys like it. It helps keep the phone a little bit cool while I do this. We're gonna do some videos tomorrow outside, but it's gonna get really, really hot, so we're gonna do our best. We're really hoping this weather breaks soon because this is ridiculous. Yep, that's better. So that's actually in all the way. That looks good. So just wanted to make sure that it fit well. Now that it fits well, let's go ahead and reassemble. I'm going to put my pinion back in. Let's set everything up. Drop that guy in there right there. All right, now we got that in there. Let's go ahead and get our cover put back on. Boom, just like that. All right, everything's on. Everything looks good. I'm going to wrap up the front, throw that on. Now I'm going to do the rear off camera. If I find anything wrong, I will definitely show you guys. Let's wrap this one up. You guys can't probably see this, but let me see if I can't point it out, and I'll try and zoom in so you guys can see it. Probably hard to see. There's nicks in them, and the reason why there's nicks in them is here's the ring gear right there on the edges and right here. This did not last long. Did not last long. Good thing I have this right here on the shelf. 7790 and a 7792. I really didn't want to replace this tonight. I really was hoping that it was just the rear. This is a little bit disappointing. I really thought that the X-MAXX would be a little bit tougher than this. And I must say, this has not met my expectations. I think what I'm gonna end up having to do is, let me get this taken off while I talk so we can speed this up a little bit. Ran out of gloves also, so besides the heat and getting dirty. Now I will say this, we did put the X-MAXX through the ringer the first 2 weeks we had it, so I can't really blame the car all the way, but this isn't the first instance I've seen. I've seen other people say the same thing. It's really common issues, and I know you guys want to blame Traxxas, and I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't. They're not in the business to make these cars unbreakable. You don't think they don't know what's wrong with these? You guys think they don't watch videos? They don't watch my videos? I know they watch my videos. They've commented, especially on my Instagram, our Instagram account. They've commented. They know what we do. They watch the channels. How do you think they get all their research? They're not going to dump a bunch of money into making these cars unbreakable because they're not going to get a return on it. And I'm not mad about that. That's, you know, that's business. That's good business practices, you know. Keep the parts flowing after the customer buys the car. That's just the way good business is. I'm going to ramble on for a little bit because this does get a little bit frustrating, but I can't get frustrated with it, you know, because, you know, it is what it is. You want that Loctite to set though for 24 hours at least. That way it's got plenty of time to set and you won't have to worry about that coming loose anymore. There you go. That's all rebuilt. I'm gonna throw it in, get everything nice and greased up. Everything feels good. We'll see how that 40,000 weight does for the front. It should help a little bit. I'm also gonna quickly throw on the new bumper brace. That way the bumper brace gets on. That's cracked right there, but I'm not too worried about that. This is what I'm worried about. I don't know, guys. You tell me. Is there anything better I can put on here? I gotta think of maybe sleeve it with something, make it a little bit stronger. Yeah, let me throw this back together and I'll be right back. All right, guys, well, that'll do it for this video. Hope you guys learned something from that. I did. I haven't had to do the diffs on these like that before yet. I do like how these gears are actually put in. Really easy to service, really easy to take out. I probably like the drive cups even more because you can actually take them out without taking the diff out with that set screw. That's really nice, really serviceable. I really like those sleeves that I put on the drive cups. That looks really cool. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that looks really nice. That's really gonna help prolong the life of these drive cups. But I am gonna replace them. GPM, like I said, makes a really good drive cup, so I'm probably gonna put those on. Got it all serviced up, got the front bumper brace replaced. I don't know what to do with this. There's gotta be a way to make this a little bit stronger so this doesn't keep happening. That's done, everything's looking good. This thing's ready to rock and roll. I can't believe I chipped the teeth on both front and rear diffs. But like I said, that happened on the SLEDGE. It was really unfortunate, but going to the spiral cut gears on the SLEDGE hasn't broken since. Things have been bulletproof. And as you guys can see behind me, that's gonna be an upcoming video coming out shortly after this one. We got the new servo for the X-MAXX 8S. This one's pushing 650 ounces of torque at 6 volts. Now, I'm not gonna put the hobby wing in this. I probably will never put a hobby wing in this. Sorry if you guys don't like that. But you know, maybe down the road, you never know. Maybe something happened to this and I wanna try it out. But there's nothing wrong with Traxxas' ESC and motor. They put out plenty of power and I'm happy with it. Now this is a game changer. This is gonna really, really wake this truck up because the turning radius on this is really bad. So we're gonna fix that up. That's gonna go in. That'll be a full fun video to do. But this is done. Stay tuned for more bashing. We got a lot of videos coming out. Hopefully this weather breaks because this is not easy doing these repair videos when it's this hot outside. I probably had to stop this video a couple times because it was just too hot for the cameras. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you guys check out our Patreon. We got a lot of free stuff we're gonna give away from RC all-wheel drive. Just so you know, little stuff, some hardened steel spur gear and some pinions. I don't know if you guys want those. We're gonna be doing some giveaways soon. Who knows? I mean, the more people that we get on our Patreon, the more we're gonna give away. So it's really fun, really exciting. Hope you guys enjoy this. See you on the next one.